Okay. What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about some of the advantages of being in a low population server. And basically, there's a lot of people out there who are really negative, right? And they'll be in their global chats saying dead server, dead server, dead server. Can't wait to transfer out of here and stuff like that. So with the server transfers, a lot of people with lower population servers actually saw their numbers go even lower as more people transfer to some of the higher population servers. And especially if you have a transfer token, you're going to think about this a lot, right? Should you or should you not go to a high population server? So in this video, I'm going to talk about the advantages of being in a low population server, and if you are in a low population server, when you should think about maybe transferring over, or what would be the best way to utilize your time in this low population server. So just to give you guys a reference as to how dead my server is, I am currently in Breidablik. And if you come over here to newworldstatus.com, you can sort by region. So I'll go US East, and these are your world sets. And if you guys didn't know, any worlds within a world set are subject to being merged if the population dips too low. But we can also go to worlds here, and I will sort by name to find Breidablik, which is currently at 150 players. And I believe this is live player count. So right now it's at 150, which is at noon on a Tuesday. So on weekends, it'll be higher. From what I've heard from people in the server, that it'll peak somewhere around 6 to 800, maybe at most on my server. So that's how dead we are. But anyways, regardless of what population your server is, I'm going to show you some of the advantages of being in a low population server. So pros of being on a quote unquote dead server. Number one, you can participate in wars and invasion. So some of you guys might not have considered this, but wars, for example, are 50v50. So 100 people out of however many people in your server get to join that war. You can see right now I have a war going on. How long is this? 8 hours and 52 minutes from now, and there are currently 13 people on the standby list. This standby list will be like filled up closer to the actual war, but the chances of you getting in are super high. Honestly, if you ever don't get into a war, if you just message one or two people and ask them if they can get you in as long as you're level 60, you'll probably get in. So that may have been something that you didn't consider before, is that if you get into a higher population server, you might not get a chance to get into a war. They might have higher requirements. They might have to know you for a while. You might have to kiss the leader's butt a little bit and things like that. Um, so that's something you have to consider, is in these lower population servers, I can get into every war, into every invasion. And I not only get a lot of practice out of that, but you're also getting the rewards, the gold, Azoth, and faction tokens that you get after every win or loss. I get all of that. The next pro to being on a low population server is being able to gather whatever you need. Honestly, I can do orichalcum runs all day and not even see somebody. So that's obviously really good. On a high population server, there's going to be more than one person almost anywhere you look. I've heard people complain that I don't know about every single node, but I have heard people complain that every single node there's someone in the area farming it. And on these low population servers, that's a problem I never run into. And honestly, the last positive thing about this is my chat right now. As you can see, look at this. There are no bots here. We do get bots on this server, but it's usually like one or two, so you can just report them, mute them, and not have to deal with them. So everyone in this chat is actually able to have a conversation. In a lot of the higher population servers, I've noticed people have to mute their global and their recruitment chat, which makes it a lot harder for them to find groups in general, just because it is over flooded with bots. In this server, we're able to communicate, we're able to find groups and familiarize ourselves with other people who talk and chat often. So there's a lot of people here who I'm not friends with, but I see them all the time. I see them in chat all the time. We talk all the time. And it's pretty cool to be able to have a community in an MMO that's supposed to be all about community. Now, let's go over some of the cons of being on a low population servers. And then I'll tell you kind of how we get around some of those cons and how I'm going to be utilizing a low population server for now. So first off, expeditions suck, right? Expeditions, you need at least 3 people. And I'll include that to elite farming. Any type of group activities are a lot harder to get together. Now, wars don't suffer that problem because they are scheduled so far in advance that people will make an effort to actually show up. But to run certain expeditions or elite areas can take a little bit longer. At a time like this, at around noon on a weekday, I personally wouldn't even try. You can see there is one person who looks like they're running Eternal Pool, and it looks like they have a full group at this time. So it's not impossible. I would focus on farming areas that might be more contested at peak hours. But yeah, bottom of the line, it's probably always going to be slower finding groups to do things, unless you have a group of friends or an active company to circumvent some of the low population times. Another big con is kind of the trading post situation we got going on here. So I'm looking to get 200 Arcana, so I buy a lot of Azoth water. All right, now this is a con and a pro, okay? Because as you can see throughout the whole world, the cheapest we can get is 3.75 Azoth water, and there's only 87 of them. The entire trading outpost has about, I don't know, maybe 400 total Azoth water here. And so that's a problem. At 3.75, I've heard of more populated servers having Azoth water as low as 1 coin each. But basically, I've noticed I'm literally like the only guy in this entire server buying Azoth water. So what I'll typically do is I'll wait. All of these orders will start to die out, and people are going to want to repost their water, and people will slowly be gathering more and more of it over time. And basically, right now, this is at 3.75. I wouldn't buy this so that the next person who posts Azoth water will want to do 3.7, 3.5, will want to undercut this guy, right? And I will let people just keep undercutting themselves until it hits about the 2 gold point on this server. And then I'll go ahead and buy everything between like 2 and 3 gold each for Azoth water. But as you see here, also, if I go to the buy section, basically all of these infused health pot sell orders are mine. So I am the infused health pot market on this server, which is pretty cool because I get to decide the price. Right now the trading is disabled, so nothing is selling, but it does sell, and it does sell for pretty much whatever I post it at. I should, however, be spreading these out a bit more, so I'll probably do that once the trading post becomes active again. If I was sitting on more money, I could actually buy out all the Tolvium and set them to all sell for 300 gold each, and then people will have to either buy it or get it their damn selves. So I can have control over the market in a really different way, where with only 10k I can actually like just dominate a whole section. So there is a lot of money to be made even in a low population server by manipulating the market, by being a monopolizer. And the last con that might be a deal breaker for a lot of you guys is actually here, I'll show you right here live, okay?
Glad to cast eyes upon you again, friend.
Outpost Rush,
Have
join
you
a
returned
solo.
for more adventure?
There are 4 people queued right now. All right. So basically, in a population as low as mine, in my particular server, Outpost Rush is not even an evening game. It is a weekend game. So you might be wondering, then why are you staying on this server? You could buy Azoth water for a gold each on a different server, and you can get your 200 Arcana today. And there's actually more than one reason. So for one, this server could just get merged with other servers and then end up being a moderate or high population without me needing to use my token. But also, this gives me a lot of opportunity. Right now, I can mine orichalcum all day without ever running into someone fighting over the same orichalcum veins as me. So why would I go to a high population server where I'm going to have to fight over every single location? The way I see it is I might as well get my trade skills up. So as like I buy out all the Azoth water, for example. So I started training armoring a bit yesterday and cooking a bit, and I can kind of get my crafting skills up to 200, right? Once my like Arcana, for example, is up at 200, my only real care about moats, for example, is creating keys for dungeons, right? A lot of the non like legendary or rare resources, I'll be able to just sell. So until I fill this stuff up and take advantage of this trading post of being a monopoly owner here, or until the game forces me with a merge to be on a higher population server, I'm going to stick it out here. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy my global chat and recruitment chat while we have it. I'm going to enjoy getting orichalcum at will while I have it and all the rare resources. And I'm just going to have a good old time right here in this server. And maybe one day I'll make a different account on a higher population server to restart. Or maybe I'll just use that server transfer token. But until then, I'm gonna kick it with my homies. Peace.